officially have our first named tropical system of the season. It is Tropical Storm Alberto. This one not expected to make landfall in the U.S., but the Gulf Coast states are on alert for heavy rain and coastal flooding issues. You are watching Weather Unfiltered. I'm Alex Wilson. Of course, our hurricane expert, Dr. Rick Knabb. You've been watching this. There was the expectation that we would probably get Alberto. That doesn't really change the effects.
Yeah, so this closes the first chapter of the tropical storm watches and then warnings being issued before it became a tropical storm. And here it is forming right on our doorstep. This is Alberto the 8th.
Right? We've had so many Albertos, and they've all just kind of been, that's why the name's been used so many times.
Yeah, now, arguably, the 1994 Alberto the 3rd with the flooding in Georgia probably should have been retired because of the inland flooding. And I'm not going to say this one's going to be retired, but I will say that there is a life-threatening aspect to this system. In fact, multiple. The coastal flooding, the rain-induced flooding, the strong winds, and tornadoes. Yeah,
so there's quite a bit to watch for. We're going to be walking you through it all here on Weather Unfiltered. Of course, a look at the system right now. We take a peek, though, at some of the advisories that remain in effect. Parts of Texas, of course, dealing with some of the most significant effects.
Yeah, and flooding as well.
Absolutely. So we want to get a look at what's happening there on the ground in Corpus Christi. Our meteorologist, Molly McCullum, is there to bring you the very latest. Hey, Molly.
Hey there, Alex. So Dr.
Coastal flooding, a concern too. Let's give you the big picture timing. Also the flood threat through tomorrow morning. The Weather Prediction Center saying a likelihood of flash flooding from Victoria down towards the Brownsville area. Now tomorrow into Friday morning. Now we're looking at a lesser threat, but still a risk of flash flooding. This even takes us into New Mexico, where of course we've been watching fires. So well-placed rain could be just too much in some of these drier areas to lead to some water problems. Flood watch is posted south of I-10, I-37, I-35, I-2 included in these flood watches because of that risk of the heavy rain. So it's not just flash flooding, but flooding that could also be an issue. We watch those rivers that could be on the rise. Corpus Christi down to Brownsville. Again, severe weather possible today. With these landfalling tropical systems, you can get tornado spin-ups. So we'll be watching those areas. Molly in Corpus Christi, of course, under that flash flood warning. We've got the tornado warning off to the north and east with some of those heavier bands working on shore. Houston, you've got the cloud cover, winds picking up in San Antonio. The rain, it's not too far away. So it'll be a rainy, blustery afternoon for you guys in San Antonio. Corpus Christi gusting to near 40, Brownsville gusting near 25 miles an hour. Future radar, some of the heavier rain showers begin to work into south central, west central, or southwest parts of Texas as we get into the dinner time, evening hours. So places like Laredo, you're going to see the rainfall rates really start to tick up. During the day tomorrow, we start with scattered showers. We'll continue with the scattered showers. At times, still some tropical downpours, a possibility all the way into very late Thursday. Rainfall amounts, you can see they are distributed. So again, there could be areas that see more than others. It's not just going to be 3 to 5 inches for everybody, but pockets of 3 to 5 inch amounts and even some locally higher totals possible where you get some of the heaviest of downpours. And water was pushing up over the roads today in Matagorda. Thank you so much. We'll be checking back in with Molly for the very latest in Corpus Christi. Of course, other areas in Texas seeing the effects. So let's walk you through some of those cities where we would expect some of the highest amounts of rainfall. And it is South Texas where those 3 to 4 plus inch totals will be focused. McAllen up towards the I-35 corridor around and north of Laredo, even around Victoria, we could exceed 3 inches of rainfall. So be aware of that risk. Corpus Christi, it's raining 80 degrees as Molly's reported. Brownsville getting a break from the rain, more coming in, and other parts of South and Central Texas getting drenched. So the tropical downpours are out there. It's going to reduce visibility. The clouds are overhead. Everybody's dealing with that. And through the remainder of today, even into tonight, we've got that heavy rain sticking with us. Becomes a little bit more scattered, but still tropical downpours are likely moving through the overnight hours. Now tomorrow during the morning and afternoon, scattered showers. Some of these could be heavy at times. And of course today also watching for that severe threat. Rainfall amounts around San Antonio will be close to 3 inches, I think, in some spots on the I-35 corridor. So be aware of that risk. I think a lot of these areas are going to fall somewhere in that 2 to 3 inch range. So you're walking around downtown today, trying to, take in the sights. Not going to be the best day to do that. You will be dealing with the rain. You can see it's knocking on your doorstep right now. 81 degrees, the temperature, the clouds are already there. Austin, very similar story. You'll see the rain showers as well. Looking at I-35 for the afternoon hours, late day drive time, especially on the south side of San Antonio. You've got some heavy rain likely, and we'll keep that going at times into tomorrow. Dr. Knapp?
Well, Alex, let's go to one of my favorites as well.
Well, the Texas coast, it's feeling the effects of Tropical Storm Alberto. We have seen rain. We have seen coastal flooding. And Molly McCullum has been reporting throughout the show from Corpus Christi, of course, under the tropical storm warning. Biggest concern seems to be the flooding, but also severe risk. Can't sleep on that today.
No, just north.
Heat advisories, excessive heat watches, and excessive heat warnings are in effect. The excessive heat warning takes us up to Bangor, Maine. So again, the criteria is different for an excessive heat warning in Phoenix versus Bangor, but we're still dealing with really dangerous heat for a lot of these communities, all into parts of the Great Lakes. Temps right now, it's 92 in Alpena, Michigan, 89 in Chicago, 87 in Detroit, 92 Syracuse, 90 in Burlington, 93 right now in Caribou, Maine. The heat index, 99 for Syracuse, 98 in Burlington. Excuse me, 101 in Boston, 92 in New York, 88 for Washington, D.C. So we've got quite a bit of heat. We've got quite a bit of humidity. It is uncomfortable. It is going to get the best of you. So, you're avoiding the, mid-afternoon heat of the day, walks with the pets or playground time with the kids, even watching them at the swimming pools. I know you think, oh, we're at the pool, but the heat can still take it out of you. And it's because of that ridge over the Northeast. It's been strong. Now, by the end of the weekend, it does begin to subside, settles back into the south, not quite as strong. Jet stream, of course, still to the north, so it's still warm, but the greatest of heat, the greatest of departures from average will be focused across sections of the south. Temps in the 90s all across the board. Dr. Knapp?
Alex, this pattern of